Okay, hey everybody, it's Kevin. Welcome to another video. And finally, we just got Cyberfrog Blood Honey in the mail. This, to my left here, was backed in July 13th, 2018. And we just received it here in January. And this is campaign number 3. Keep in mind, this is the original campaign. This is campaign number 3, backed in March of 2019 and received in October of 2019. So more of a fair turnaround for this. But the fact that this is the original campaign, this is the Ashcan campaign, meaning this was the $50 tier and this was the $25 tier. And the fact that customers had to wait this long, if you go to the Indiegogo page, you'll still see people complaining that they backed the $100 tier, that they backed this tier, that they backed that tier, the sketches, and they have not received it. The people that were drawn into the book have not received it. It is a total fraud and a total sham, and we're just going to talk a little bit about it. First, I ripped it open just to get a head start here, and we're going to pull everything out. This is, originally it was supposed to be the book and the ash can, and then it turned into 2 ash cans because I believe that he was working on the ash can as he was just making shit up as he went along. So, okay, here's a little ash cans. Now, I'm not going to lie, the book looks good. It looks good. I mean, the cover looks good, but the fact that you had to wait so long for this really takes you out of it. So it feels cool, you got the reflection. I read the book. There's the signature. What a lazy signature. My God, the signature in this one was much better. You got ahead of yourself there. These are the people against variants doing, he's got like 20 different variants now. You can actually tell that says Ethan. What the hell does that say? What a joke. Now, I read this back, the one that I'm putting in the bag now, the variant. I read this. It's the same story. I read it back in October when I got it, and I thought it was all right. I thought it was pretty good. Worth the wait? No. Worth the price? No. It was fine. And I feel like if the books were released in a more consistent manner, let's say like every 4 months or so, I'd be more willing to buy it again. But I don't think I'm gonna get the sequel. And when I read it, I said I wanted to know more about Heather Swain, and you got the ash can here, 1998, The Diary of Heather Swain, which I guess tells you more about Heather Swain, but, I'm not even going to read it. I have no interest in reading it. It doesn't interest me anymore. It's just, it's lazy. This is Amphibionics. This is a book that he drew back in the 90s that was recolored by Kyle Ritter. You see the art, that's older Ethan. Nothing special in my opinion. And the stickers and bookmark and trading cards. So for $50, let's just cover the screen while I can talk now. Okay, so I wanted to talk about the fact that we've been lied to for so long by Ethan Van Sciver and the other Comicsgate creators. I went through the Indiegogo page just to see like some of the things that were said. And back at the end of November in 2018, if you remember, November of 2018 was when the book was originally supposed to ship. He released an update on the 30th at the end of the month saying that the book was late, he was sorry, and that he was 14 pages short. He had 14 pages left. Now, you might be thinking, 14 pages, I mean, what would that take, another month or so, like a couple pages a week? It took a lot longer than that. So in the next month in December, he had an update where he had 2 pages, colored and drawn and all that. Then we didn't get an update until March of 2019. Yeah, keep in mind, wow. So I wrote here in my notes, in 2018 it was late, and then we got an update in December of 2019. What was he doing for a year? What the hell was going on for a year? So that's the thing. All they did was these 5-hour live streams of insanity. So in March of 2019, that's when I backed campaign number 3 here. He said he was almost done. And I believed at this point I was still like, okay, yeah, it's coming eventually. You know, he got caught up with doing other stuff, whatever. And said that the book was going to be 88 pages instead of the originally promised 48 pages, both of which are lies. I went through here, counted all the pages, and in total, there are 80 pages. However, there are only 60 pages of story because at the back here, there's all sorts of extras. Let me show you. Yeah, from here to the end, there's all these extras of the pinups. I don't count that in the story. Sorry. Then in April of 2019 said, a 1 week until completion. It was going to be completed in a week. Then, it was going to be complete. So in June of 2019, he released the first chapter, the first 20 pages of the book. Then a month later, in July, he was going to the printers. And then you heard nothing. And then people, at that point, I was still watching the live streams, and you were getting super chats like, all right, when's it coming? When's the book? Oh, it's at the printers. It got delayed because of San Diego Comic-Con, which is also in July. That's good. San Diego Comic-Con delayed it. Complete bullshit. So in August was when the chromiums came in. This is the great chromium cover, which, the cover looks cool, but it's like you should have like planned it more. Kept up with deadlines, man. All right. September of 2019, campaign number 3, he had posted that these actual copies were in his hands. And if you remember the infamous Labor Day, he was like, oh, it's shipping Labor Day weekend. Okay, dude. Yeah. Then in October, people begin to get their books from this campaign, which I did. And that's when more complaints started happening, like, what the fuck, dude? I backed this in 2018. When is it coming? Then in November 15th, he had posted that he had finally received these in hand. All right, these are short little books. I mean, what is this, 20 pages? How in the hell did it take so long to get a little book like that? It's one thing with this, with the chromium cover, this being a pain in the ass to get it. They made it in China, I believe, or something to that effect. But this, I mean, you could print this from home. I mean, my God, it's like a little book. Totally insanity. So then in December 19th of this December 2019, everything's shipping. However, December 28th, he had another update saying there's an error that one of these was missing. I forgot which one. It doesn't really matter. But people were getting that back to Ashcan. We're just getting this or this and missing one. And, and if you look now at the comment section of the campaign, he's actually replying to people now. People are like, what the fuck, Ethan? I backed the book at $110. Where is it? And then it's the same comment, copy and pasted, just changing the person's name to say, oh, it's coming. We're doing the head sketch variants and this and that. And what it all comes down to is this guy has a villain of the week. From going after Mike Miller, from going after Doug TeNapel, from going after Timothy Lim, from going after, Heather Antos or Renfamous or all these other characters, made up villains. And then they get the council of nodders of going, yes, yes. And, they all agree and they go on for like 4 and 5 hours. I'm going to keep this short. I'm going to keep this, under 15 minutes. I can't talk about this for 4 hours. I'm pissed off. I feel like I was robbed of my money. I spent $50 on this. I looked at the Indiegogo. It's actually like $60 with the shipping. $25 for this, which was, I think, $35 with the shipping. $10 shipping for a little book. And I've learned my lesson. I see him, he's going on about, he's going to release the hardcover compilation of the whole collection from the 90s. I will not be purchasing it. I urge others not to. This is no different than an industry book. It's just a little floppy. There's nothing special about it. There's nothing like Earthworm Jim, nice hardcover. Nothing like Doug Ernst's Soul Finder. well done, well researched. It doesn't compare. Even, you get graphic novels from, look at the new Marvel Powers and House of X hardcover. It's around $30. It's a great book. It's $30. I believe it's like, I think it's like 12 or 13 issues. Incredible value, incredible story. Jonathan Hickman, great art, great story. And this, you get a reprinted book from the 90s. This, which was all over the place. I mean, the art's fine, but the story is, it'd be so much better if, he did the art and then he got an actual, get Chuck Dixon. That's what I said about your boy Zach. Like, all right, hire John Malin to do your art and get Chuck Dixon to do the story. I mean, you'd sell a ton of copies. And then you look at the live streams and all the nonsense, and you see the other day, they're still continuing to belittle Mike Miller for having his beliefs. You have John Malin going after Mike Miller for 2 hours. I watched like 20 minutes of the stream, and I had to turn it off. It was just nonsense. They're screaming about, he said this in Twitter and that, and Twitter. I don't know how you guys waste so much time on Twitter yelling at people you never even met. It's insane. And I just urge, because I know I'm going to get people from the Phantom Menace and Comicsgate watching this. You see with Phantom Menace, the world-class bullshitter. He's done nothing to his backers, He said, it was because we had the Christmas and New Year's. Like, no, dude, people gave you $50,000. Fuck that. Work over Christmas and New Year's. What do you even do? Like, these guys are professional YouTubers. All they do is rely on the ad revenue and super chats, and they work from home, essentially. It's like, you can find time to fix your problems and make your customers happy. I'm not a happy customer. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. If anyone wants this, send me a comment. We'll email. We'll get in touch. I'll send it to you. I mean, it's not even worth sending to eBay. I'll pay more on shipping to sell it on eBay. What are they selling for? Like $10? Nobody cares. And it'll be interesting to see how far the sales go down from book 1 to book 2. Because if you know, Richard Meyer from Jawbreaker's Lost Souls to Jawbreaker's God King lost backers and lost money. And with Iron Sights can be a little misleading, but that is because the book with Iron Sights 1, I believe, was $15, and book 2, Iron Sights 2, is $25. So it's a little misleading. You've lost backers. You may have kept up the same amount of money, but you've lost backers. And I'm sorry, but this book at the shelves of a comic book store would maybe be like, what, $5 or $6? Not worth $25, that's for sure. And the fact that if we're gonna do it that way, so this is $25, this is $25, so then this means that these two here are also worth $25. Not at all. I'm not even gonna read them. I have no interest in reading them. If anyone actually wants to read them, do a review for their channel, I'll send it to you. But I do not care. And this is about all we're going to do with the subject. I'm going to have new videos coming out. I know people liked my Positivity in Comics video from the other day and the video about Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself. I'm actually rewatching The Lord of the Rings. Every year I rewatch Lord of the Rings. I'm amazed at how much I still love it. And I'm going to, when I finish, I've just finished The Two Towers. So when I finish Return of the King, I'm going to do a little in-depth discussion on that. And then I want to talk about Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and The Rise of Skywalker, and what I thought about that. So if you want to hear that, stay tuned for some more videos. This is where I end the chapter talking about Ethan Van Sciver and Cyberfrog and Comicsgate. I'm never going to read these books or talk about them again. So thank you for watching. Leave a comment. What do you think? Did you finally get Cyberfrog if you backed it? And stay tuned for more positive, upbeat videos coming soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.